No one heard the clock stop. That was the first thing Detective Elias Crow noticed when the city began to unravel. In a place where everything made noise, sirens, headlines, speeches, markets opening and closing, there was suddenly a moment where time itself seemed to hesitate. Not break, not collapse, just pause. As if something enormous had shifted its weight somewhere deep beneath the surface, and the ground had not yet decided whether to crack. At 3:11 a.m., a man died in a room that officially did not exist. The building had no address, no signage, no record in municipal archives. It appeared on no zoning map and belonged to no department anyone could name. It was wedged between two federal structures in the capital, a narrow slice of concrete and glass that most people never noticed because they were never meant to look there. Inside that room, the man sat upright in a chair bolted to the floor. His hands were folded. His eyes were open. And his face carried an expression Elias Crow had only seen a handful of times in his career. Recognition. Not fear, not surprise. Recognition. As if, in his final second, the man had understood exactly who was responsible and why nothing would be done about it. By the time Elias Crow was notified, the body had already been labeled non-actionable. The file was sealed before he could touch it. The surveillance footage had been temporarily corrupted, and the autopsy request was denied under a statute so obscure it might as well have been written in invisible ink. Crow read the notice twice, then a third time. He smiled. That was the second thing worth noticing. Because Elias Crow did not smile when he was defeated. He smiled when he was certain someone had just made a mistake. Crow was no longer supposed to be here. That was the quiet agreement the city had made with itself after his name became inconvenient. He had been removed from his unit, reassigned, investigated, cleared, investigated again, and finally left in a position that existed purely so officials could say he still had one. Officially, he worked in records review. Unofficially, he hunted ghosts. Crow had learned long ago that power did not erase evidence. It buried it, and buried things left patterns, pressure marks, empty spaces where something used to be. His job was to feel for those gaps. The dead man's name, what little of it existed, was Malcolm Hale. That alone was. Strain,